All right, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Real quick, I'm gonna just go right into it. All right, as you can see, I have only two precepts here. Okay, but basically just continuing. All right, adding on about these uproars, man. Okay, uproars around the world, uproars, sedition among men. These are all what? These are all prophecies. Okay, and here you have Barcelona. Okay, it says toilet rolls and tensions fly high in Barcelona amid fresh rallies in support of jailed pro-independence leaders. Okay, so if you notice, it's almost out of nowhere. You know, these uproars just started getting crazy, more and more frequent, different locations. Okay, and people are finally coming against. They're getting tired. Why? Because the Lord has put that spirit upon the earth, upon these people. Okay, and if you're really watching and you're really looking, man, you're gonna see these prophecies come into pass. Okay, the Lord, um, damn, I forgot my train of thought. All right, but the point is, the Lord set us up as watchmen. Yeah, He said, "What? Measure the other times diligently." Okay, and when you see these part of these signs come to pass, then you're gonna know it's the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the earth in which He made. All right, so we know that our salvation is very near, man. You have what's going on with Turkey and Syria. Okay, with the Kurds and all of that. Well, guess what? With Trump trying to put sanctions, if he hasn't already, on Turkey, that's basically pushing Turkey straight into the arms of Russia, okay, Iran, China on that eastern side, man. And Turkey's supposed to be a NATO ally, but I was listening to the news yesterday. They were saying, look, Turkey isn't really acting like an ally right now, so we gotta treat them. You know, like the saying goes, if you act like a baby, I'm gonna treat you like a baby. Well, what happens when Turkey doesn't act like an ally? You know, if Turkey acts as a foe or an enemy, then they're gonna treat Turkey like an enemy, right? But there's a certain limit, because now you're put in a position where it's, if I can only do so much, being that Turkey is still a part of NATO, you know. But that's for now, at least. Okay, and that's really gonna be sort of like a precedent, okay, for these other European countries as well, man. These European countries are gonna, they look, man. The closer and closer we get to the end, you'll see the shift, okay, away from the West, man. America is gonna start being abandoned, okay. But the scriptures say it in Ezekiel the 38th chapter, okay, about Tubal, okay, Gog and Magog being Russia, being a guard onto them. They're gonna go to that side, man. All right, because people unite based on a common enemy, and the U.S., okay, is lifting up his head as that common enemy. Okay, so let me get into this real quick, man, because look, these protests, okay, these uprising, the sedition, okay, these riots, it's coming to America. All right, it's coming to America, man. The Lord is hitting everywhere else, and then finally He's gonna hit this place. And this place is gonna be a dead man wonderland, man, a dead zone. You're gonna have parts of this place which is gonna be better off than other parts, but places like the projects, the ghettos, where a lot of Jake is condensed. Okay, hell, if you take the train, there's certain stops that Edomites get on, and there's certain stops where afterwards all you see is Jake. That's how you know you go into the projects. Okay, you go into the ghettos, and in places like that, they don't care. Those are the kind of places where they send the troops, as in, look, man, you murk, you kill on sight. You know, those who are set to be rounded up, you round them up. Those who aren't, just kill them on sight. You don't gotta even take caution. Okay. So yeah, man, things are happening, man. The Most High is definitely kicking things into overdrive. So you should be excited. Okay, if you're watching the signs and this is where your focus is, then you should be excited. So it says toilet rolls and tensions fly high in Barcelona amid fresh rallies in support of jailed pro-independence leaders. It says, and I'll play the clips afterwards. It says, defying Madrid's demand to firmly keep order, supporters of jailed Catalan pro-independence leaders launched a fresh rally in Barcelona. The protests later turned into scuffles with police, and barricades were also set ablaze. The unrest is gripping the Catalan. Now, if I may add too, man, what you have is when people see others protesting, okay, when people see others protesting, guess what? It sort of, gives them more drive to do it themselves. So what you have going on is sort of like a domino effect of protests and uproars and sedition in different countries, different locations of the world. That is weakening their governments. It is making their governments look weak. So once it gets real bad, especially when it hits America, they're gonna be like, all right, hold on, time to cut it, man. Okay, now it's time to put things in order. And when they bring that draconian martial law, then you gonna see, man, because you got these guys out here, man. They got batons and all that, man, but they're not really using that deadly firepower, you know, like they're about to. It says the unrest is gripping the Catalan capital as well as other cities for the third consecutive day. Here we go. The mass rallies were sparked by Spain's Supreme Court Monday ruling that sentenced 9 Catalan pro-independence top brass to jail terms between 9 and 13 years over their roles in the failed 2017 independence bid. All right, look at this. On Wednesday, the demonstrators were seen, and you look, man, you're gonna see things like this. It's gonna be bad in America, man. They're gonna allow this to go on for a while before they bring that order, because they need to allow it to escalate to the point where words will not de-escalate the situation. People have gone into such a state of chaos that it takes only force to bring order. And that's going to be a perfect justification to suspend the Constitution and declare martial law. All right? Because don't forget, we're still in a state of emergency. Ah. So it says on Wednesday, the demonstrators were seen throwing hundreds of white paper toilet rolls into the air during the gathering in central Barcelona. The bizarre performance that meant um, the bizarre performance meant there is a lot that needs cleaning up, according to the protest organizers. Riot police were also dispatched to the scene en masse. Law enforcement officers have been pelted with various projectiles as well, and scuffles between protesters and police have erupted multiple times. Venting their anger and trying to draw attention to their cause, the protesters also destroyed road signs and set improvised barricades alight. Now, Salaki, what you see happening is that now, whenever there's an issue, people are like, you know what, the whole peaceful protest stuff, to hell with that. Okay, when we want to issue and we want to be heard, we have to create sedition. We have to uproar. Okay, that's when they're gonna hear us. When we start tearing shit up and lighting things on fire, that's when they're gonna hear it, man. The police in turn repeatedly charged at the protesters with batons drawn, and were also seen shooting at the crowds in the air with pump action shotguns and larger caliber devices. The latter reassembled the notorious flashball launchers that left many maimed during the yellow vest protests in France. Let me see. Oh, look at this. Chaotic scenes with police smashing into polling stations, snatching ballot boxes, and beating up people partaking in the vote drew widespread condemnation from international humanitarian groups at the time. Look. Mm, hmm And when this starts, all right, when it starts in the US and it gets and it starts getting real bad, man, it's not gonna be nobody is gonna be there to protect you, because when all hell starts breaking loose, the kind of uproar is gonna be, it's not gonna be oh, let's come together, to protest together. No, it's gonna turn into every man for himself. So these crowds right here, they're gonna be spread out, trying to take what one has from another, as it tells you in Second Ezra, the 15th chapter. All right, for the lack of bread and tribulation, okay, they're gonna kick down your house, your door, and come and try to take away your goods. All right, You ain't gonna see them together trying to know, unless it's maybe a gang or a group. But it's gonna be every man for themselves. Okay. Once things get out of order. Let me play this. Oh no, it's a whole hour. All right. I'll play a shorter clip. Hmm. And soon it's not even gonna be those. They're just gonna bring tanks, straight up, military cars, tanks. You know. Let's see this. Man, but they only got like a few cops doing. Look, man, wait till they roll up. All right, and they roll out in masses, man. And like the scriptures say in Isaiah 59:19, when the enemy shall come in like a flood. Okay. So when they get serious and when they really declare that martial law, they're gonna come in everywhere. Them troops, they're gonna be everywhere, man. Like a flood. Now this is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So the vision, all right, being these prophecies, is set for an appointed time. Okay, the Lord showed it to the prophets and they wrote it down, but the time for it to be fulfilled that was up to the Lord. He set that time. Okay, and it says, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. And when are we? Are we not in the last days? Okay, precept for that. Which we're right now. We're in the very last seconds of the last days. All right, what is that? Hebrews 1 and 2. 2 and 1. Hebrews 1 and 1. The Most High, who at sundry times and in diverse manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets, hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he hath appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the worlds. So it says, hath in these last days. So really, the last days began, all right, when Yahushua came back, but now we're at the very, very last, the tiny seconds of it. All right. So it says, but at the end it shall speak, and we see it speaking and not lie, because all these prophecies are coming to pass exactly as they were prophesied. Okay, exactly as they were written. So it's not lying. It's not like, oh, this was written, but really this is what's happening. No. All right. And we see in the speaking. Okay. Now, at first, you might hear whispers, but now we hearing it, and it's really starting to scream. Okay. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So there's times when I feel like, damn, it's taking a minute, slowing down, but the scriptures say wait for it. All right, and your patience possess your souls, man. So you have to wait for these prophecies, man. And you got to keep watching, because it will come. All right, and when it comes, it's not going to slow down, it's not going to tarry, it's not going to pause. All right, moving on. Ezekiel 33:33. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. What is that? The prophecies, the vision. Then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them. Okay. So when all these things we've been speaking of start happening and in full effect, and people are getting affected on a personal, individual level, then they're going to understand. Those you went to school with, those you might have worked with, those you might have grown up with, who look at you funny, they're going to look at you as a prophet. Oh, shoot, what he was saying was exactly right. He wasn't joking. He is but guess what? That's going to be too late for a lot of you, man. Okay. But things are definitely happening, man. The Most High is definitely stepping things up, kicking things into overdrive, because the Lord did say, look, He's not going to speed it up until or move the prophecies forward or back or nothing. But when it gets to that time, it's gonna happen. Okay, and guess what? We're in that time. All right, so I'm gonna leave you with that. Lord willing, this was edifying unto the elect. All right, keep your eyes on the news. Watch what's going on in the east. Watch what's going on around you, and remain very circumspect and vigilant. All right, as well as diligent in His word. Okay, but with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Until next time, Shalom.